journeys from positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. With the presence in your eyes, with a distraction. Beautiful to soul, especially in action. This year, not a fashion. Came in abundance. Films like in Sundance. Tech like the pop art. Touch queen. You are Curtis, a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs, they all vary. Some do, they motivate. Work for the hate. We serve a hope on a plate. Across different platforms. This hero for fate. Hydration like crochet. Don't focus on a day. We always here for you. Don't when you're emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is a limit, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you're emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Now you award winner with no award tours. This culture meets the art, podcast with the heart and essence of the growth, the powers in the people. Without you being equal, what we lack is ego. We're back now, so here we go. Run the show like Arsenio, episodic or rituals. Minds changed to visual. Representation of our nation and its differences. Some explanation of our uniqueness and innocence. Mass media's intention is to desensitize. We raise the wise and knowledge is power. Without it, we turn coward and proud of a known product. Like we could take it with us. I wish the greats were still alive and here with us, but it is what it is. We're left here to share our gift, and that's precisely what we'll do with it. Shape shift and fluidly, we can pass this test and still in our unity, elevated through stress. Yes, MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you're emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. It's up to you. You got your torch now. MediaScope. We're here for you, you, and you. We got it all. Tech, hot music. We got it all. Tech, hot music. We got it all. Yeah. 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 Tech, hot music. We got it all. We got it all. We got it all. Tech, hot music. Tech, hot music. MediaScope. Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Filled with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We can show you on your way. The content it never strays from positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. With the presence in your eyes, with a distraction. Beautiful to soul, and especially in action. This year, not a fashion. Came in abundance. Films like in Sundance. Tech like the pop art. Touch queen. You are Curtis, a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs, they all vary. Some do, they motivate. Work for the hate. We serve a hope on a plate. Across different platforms. This hero for fate. Hydration like crochet. Don't focus on a day. We always here for you. Don't when you're emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you're emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Now you award winner with no award tours. This culture meets the art, podcast with the heart and essence of the growth, the powers in the people. Without you being equal, what we lack is ego. We're back now, so here we go. Run the show like Arsenio, episodic or rituals. Minds changed to visual. Representation of our
Hey, I don't know where my picture is. Here we are. Here it is. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the livest media tech and pop culture show in the land. This is MediaScope, and I am so happy to be here. Took me a minute to get on because I had some stuff to do. Just got off of Instagram Live, as you know I do. So it takes me a minute that transition takes me a minute, but I'm here now, and I am Tachi. media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist, all things media tech and pop culture. And we are here every Wednesday. Well, today is Thursday. So you get me on a Thursday. Today it's a special day, but usually we're here Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We do a pre-show live on Instagram Live. So join us there too, because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And let's see. If you're watching us on the tubing of the U, please, please, please like and subscribe. You're already liking. Why wouldn't you subscribe or watching rather? Why wouldn't you like and subscribe too? We would love that. Please, please, please. We love that for you, and we love that for us. All right, so let's see. We've already got D. Carpio is here, who says hello to all of us. Hello, hello. Everybody is filing in on this special Thursday. Guess what? It's a special day. You get a special hug. This is the Thursday edition of the hug, and I do that because I appreciate you being here. You could choose to be anyplace else. You chose to be here, and I am forever happy about that. Yay, yay, yay. Let's see. Oh, and look who is here. The food plane, our good friend DS is here. It says hello. It's DS. I brought some flowers, and I accept them wholeheartedly. Thank you, DS. I hope all is well. It is good to see you. For that, you all get another hug. Yay! Fantastic. All right. Wow. Lots going on in the world of media tech and pop culture. Let's get to it, shall we? First of all, let me stop being so rude. How are you? How's it going? Have we eaten? Food plane, you're about food. I know you ate something. Or are we just on a breath mint diet, everyone? But let me know what you're getting into, what you're eating, what you're noshing on now. I would love that. What you're sipping on now. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm going to be sipping. Well, I've got the remnants of my sparkling water, but I've got more here that I can pour. But you know what? As I'm waiting for you to let me know what you are noshing on, why don't we get into some media? Let's talk about media. Here we go. All right. We had a little loop-de-loop there. So we're going to get into it. All right. So supposedly the WGA strike is over. Here we go. The WGA strike is over, but SAG-AFTRA is still on. And is it really over? Is it really? Let me show you my face. Is it really over? I don't know, but as you know, these are only 3-year contracts. So in another 3 years, we could be in the same place if things are not done well this time. You know what? Never mind if things are not done well. They negotiate every single time, and yet they're on strike. Yet here we are yet again. So we'll see what happens. But WGA, the strike is off, and it seems they have come to an agreement, the WGA and the AMPTP. But when the AMPTP are like Netflix, the media companies that are, like Sarandos from Netflix, etc. So though that's the AMPTP, they've come to an agreement, it seems, but this agreement still has to be ratified. So lawyers still have to look at it. Then it still has to go back to the members. And if people still are not happy, then they have to go back to the negotiation table. So we were talking about this over on Instagram Live. And here's the thing. The shows that you think, so many people are like, oh, good, now my shows can come back on. When? Who told you that it was going to? No, it's too soon. I am conservatively saying, don't look for anything until February, March. SAG is still striking, right? They're still going back to the table. They're going to the negotiation table on Monday. So depending on what comes out of that, that could be something good. Now, don't think I don't want negotiation. I do. I want for people to be able to work. I do. I want for the actors and the writers to get everything they deserve. I want that. It's not going to happen right away. All these changes are not going to happen, even if everybody is happy. It's going to take time. right? You tell me what you think. Let's take a look at some of these. Bryson Leach is here. Bryson, what's up? And he says, what's up, everybody? Mr. BMZ himself. GR Houston Jack. G, how are you? It says, good evening, all. The food plane says, so many strikes happening across America. Yes, yes, yes. Now, arguably, I have been under a rock because I've been doing so much stuff. But what's going on with the UAW? Does anybody know what's happening with the UAW? Because that was something that was a proposed strike. Did they authorize a strike? Did they vote? And did they vote to authorize a strike? Let me know if anybody knows about the UAW. I know we've got Quick Fingers McGee here someplace that can figure that out. And G says people deserve to be paid what they're worth. Absolutely. D also says this is a vicious cycle. It is vicious. Listen, this goes, it's vicious. They come up with something today, tomorrow it's null and void. So it is a vicious cycle. I 100% agree. And I'm looking at my picture. It's a lot of gold in there. All right, I'm gonna have to work that out. It's a lot of gold or yellow, and I don't know where that's coming from. Interesting. But anyway, it is what it is. So yes, and I'll say this again, like she says, G says people deserve to be paid what they are worth. Absolutely. But here's the thing. It all depends on what people think you are worth, right? We know what we're worth, but do they think you're worth that? It's the same thing. Well, let's look at labor in general, right? And the fact that they're paying certain jobs a certain amount. That's what they think you're worth. You may say, oh, well, it's not a personal thing. Yes, it is. They think you are worth this. They may say the position, but then there are also certain thought processes that come with certain jobs, right? Well, with any job. So it's assumed that if you are an attorney, that you make a lot of money. That's not always the case, but or if you're a physician or some sort of doctor, you make a lot of money. Again, not always the case, but the attitude is that you are a higher worth person, not just about the job. So they pay you what they think you're worth. So it depends. You need to be concerned about getting paid what you are worth. But when we talk about worth, we're usually talking about what we think we're worth. They think we're worth something else. So that's interesting. Didn't mean to get philosophical, but it is what it is. G also says, and it needs to be more than a living wage. Pay the folks. That's what I'm saying. I 100% agree. Living wage, because the wages people get paid now are not living. Things keep going up. Inflation keeps happening, but salaries have tended to stay the same across the board. Who can live like that? I don't know about you all, but who can live like that? Just terrible, just terrible. Absolutely. All right, folks. So let's get into our first story, shall we? And did I hug you today? I did, but in case you missed it, here you are. Here's the hug again. All right, let's get into the more into the first story. Here we go. Let me put this back up so you all can see. All right, so SAG, the lead negotiators for the SAG-AFTRA and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, who is AMPTP, they're going to go back to the table Monday, October 2nd. Damn, Monday is October 2nd, which means Saturday is October? I can't even. Anyway, so after this strike that has been, of course, concurrent with WGA, they're going back to the table saying SAG-AFTRA and AMPTP will resume negotiations for a new TV theatrical contract on Monday, October 2nd. Several executives from AMPTP member companies will be in attendance. And this is what SAG-AFTRA said in a statement. I'm interested to see what happens with that. So, Fran Drescher, if you all don't know, the nanny, I think that's what she's most popularly known for. I can't really point to other things she was in, but she is currently the leadership of SAG-AFTRA. And Derek, who was on with me earlier, said, hopefully something moves a little more because she has more fire and energy than the last SAG-AFTRA president, who was Gabrielle Carteris, who was Andrea in 90210 if you are a 90210 head. So, yeah, that is what's happening. They are going back to the negotiation table on Monday. I will report and let you know what comes of that. And the the WGA strike is over, but there's still negotiations that have to be had. This is a longer road. So even though things are over, it is a long road. So keep that in mind. So in line with that, let's talk about some of the shows that will be coming back. If I can find you, here you are. All right, so SNL, of course, and the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. So the Tonight Show is returning on October 2nd. So Monday, the same day that they're going to talk about this SAG strike, they are Jimmy Fallon will be back on air. In fact, all the late night talk shows will be back on air. Late Night with Seth Meyers will return October 2nd, and basically they are all coming back. So this I did not know, that the Tonight Show is executive produced by Lorne Michaels, the same person who does SNL. Okay, and so that is coming back, and the Daily Show, by the way. So Leslie Jones was a guest host on the Daily Show. So this is why you're seeing this. This is not from SNL. This is from the Daily Show. And so the Writers Guild of America okayed a return to work for people. That was as of midnight when the strike was called off, is over. They were okay to go back to work. So we've got the Daily Show going back as well. So we've got several shows that are going to come back. Let me be nice. Several shows are going to come back. But you know what I want to know? What did you learn from this? What did you learn? Are we going back to business as usual, or did we bloody learn something? That's what I want to know. So let's take a few comments. Cass, how are you? Cass says, I have to think about who makes these rules. We also have to think about who makes these rules in the first place. Bam, 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 bam. Who makes these rules in the first place? That's what we have to think about. Intentions are not good unless you have your own business at times. I think that's what you're trying to say. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah. And DS says, take care of your workers and they will take care of you. Both parties will be happy. Workers work better when they are happy. You know, yes, this is a very simple equation. 1 + 1 = 2. But somebody did not pass maths in school. They did not do their maths properly. It's very simple. But here's the thing. Remember, all of these companies have investors. And when investors are involved, they are beholden to getting the investors their money. So they really don't care about you unless you're going to walk off, which means that we're not going to make the money to give to the investors. So I better placate you a little bit. Again, hence this 3-year contract. It's going to be okay for now, but they're going to be back at the negotiation table in 3 years because these contracts for WGA and for SAG are only 3 years. Okay, so they're going to renegotiate. And Food Plane says, we got the, or Bryson rather says, we got the Daily Show, Tonight Show, Late Night with Stephen Colbert, the Late Night Show with Seth Meyers, Real Talk with Bill Maher, and Saturday Night Live. Thank you for putting that in the chat again. Absolutely. And G says, where are you, G? There we go. Says, it went back to biz as usual after the pandemic, so I'm assuming nothing has changed. Listen, nothing has changed. And this is what, and I said this just earlier. I just said this. My fear, and probably a fear that is going to be realized, is that people will go back to business as usual. Nobody will have learned anything from any of this, and it will be business as usual. Just like during the pandemic, and I just said this, everybody came on live, all these celebrities, and it was kumbaya, my Lord, kumbaya. They were all kumbaya with us. They were, I'm your friend. Let's be friends. I love my community. And there are still a lot that do. There's still several that do that, but there are many who just went back after all. It was over. They just went back to their regular jobs. Now, I'm fine. I get you have to work, but this is part of your work. Whether you believe it or care or not, you exist as an actor or a celebrity or whatever because people watch you. The public, consumers watch you. When you go out there and you try to make a connection with consumers and then you leave them high and dry afterwards, what are we, chopped liver? Apparently, I feel a little chopped liverish. I feel a little Katz's Deli, a little chopped liverish. Okay? So I agree with you, G. I think that just like in the pandemic, where people went to back to work, business as usual, didn't learn anything. How many people are still washing their hands? I know all of us in here are washing our hands, but the rest of you, how many of us are washing hands? Let's tell the truth. Raise your hand if you're still washing your hands. Thank you, Bryson. Bryson also says the Jennifer Hudson show. Yes, a lot of them, when the strike was still going on, they took a step back and said they were not going to go on. But all of these shows are probably going to go back. And let's see. And Cass says, there we go. Yes, raise the morale, and then money will be made, and employees will be motivated and happy. Yeah, I know. I know this. You guys know, but do they know? They know they don't care. There's a difference between knowing and not caring. Or I should say not knowing and not caring. They just don't care. I don't know because it has to be they just don't care. I refuse to believe you are this daft. And if you are, I'm sorry for you. Food Plane says, wash your hands. Okay. Absolutely. I'm just like, can you? But the moment people said, oh, we really don't need a mask, that also was a call to action not to be clean in any other way either, I guess. Excuse me. Take a little water break. Stay hydrated, folks. Folks, if you are just joining us, we are currently talking about SAG-AFTRA and WGA strikes. WGA is over, in quotes, over, but is it really? So I'm about to say hello to people, but first, let me introduce myself. I am Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist. I am here every week, usually on Wednesday. Today's Thursday, though, so it's a special kind of MediaScope day. And here we are, usually here on Wednesdays, but I think this is the second time ever I've been on a Thursday. And that's because Gospel 107 is on Thursday. And I'm like really cutting it close today, guys. I'm going to have to really book it to get this to them for the 8 o'clock show. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And if you are on YouTube, make sure you are liked and subscribed. Yay. So hello, if you're watching on YouTube. Many of you are watching on YouTube. What it do? Bookface, it is good to see you. Thank you for being here. If you're watching on LinkedIn or the linking of the in, hello. If you're watching on Facebook, hello. And if you're watching on my personal Facebook page, I'm not seeing your comments yet, so I'll go in and check. Same thing with LinkedIn. I will go in and check, but I appreciate you being here. So thank you. Oh, and guess what? I didn't make this announcement yet. You guys know Indie Soup Media is coming. Indie Soup is my network that will be debuting this fall, and I'm super excited. In fact, I'm so excited that we ought to watch the little promo for it. Here we go. And you'll be able to watch it very soon on indiesoupmedia.tv, also on Roku, on Twitch, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And down the road, you're going to be able to get it in the metaverse on Spatial. So I'm excited. Stay tuned for details. We've got a lot of great shows, including MediaScope, which will be over there. But guess what? You can still watch MediaScope in your normal ways. But if you want the whole experience, you could go ahead and watch it on Indie Soup Media. All right, let's take some comments. Nation of Wabiria is here. Wabiri, how are you? Says, always washing hands, didn't need a pandemic to do it. That's what I'm talking about, right? Kerwin is here. Hey, Kerwin, it says, I have to wash my hands and I don't even shake after seeing some guys just walking out of the restroom. Yes, just walking out. happily walking out, whistling at that. You know, I knew it was a behavior that was not going to last because unless you're used to doing that, you do what you have to do. Mark Ward is here over on the LinkedIn side. It says, don't be confusing me by showing up on a Thursday. In a panic, I had to check my calendar. I'm so sorry, Mark Ward. And to anybody else I confused, I couldn't come on yesterday, but I had to be with you all this week. So I came on today. And Kerwin says, the era of handshake is dead. I'll give them a hand dap. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Anyway, Elle, thank you so much for saying congratulations on Indie Soup. Watch for that soon. And G is like, whoo, because she's got a show on the platform. Yay. All right, folks, let's keep going. We've talked about that, and we've talked about the shows that are coming back. If anybody cares, how many of you are really television watchers? Now, I'm a TV watcher, but lately, I've been more into independent content, stuff on YouTube, etc. Simply because, and then watching like old shows, like I'm a Mission Impossible stan. The Mission Impossible, the series with Greg Morrison. Love it. Martin Landau. Love it. Simply because, and not that there are not some good shows on television now, there are, but I don't know. I don't know. So tell me if you're a television watcher and let me know what shows you are watching. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about, remember we talked about our dear friend Byron Allen? Let's get his photo up here because he deserves to be seen. Here we go. All right. So Byron Allen. Remember we were talking about that he offered $10 billion for ABC and the other Disney networks. So capital is not an issue for him, okay? So he's one of the many parties. It's not just Byron Allen, but he's big, right? The Allen Media Group. So he's one of many that are interested in ABC and other linear assets that Disney has. And he said he has access to, quote, plenty of capital. And Disney's internal deliberations are the main factor that are preventing a formal sale from starting. He said this, capital is not an issue. I have access to plenty of capital. There are trillions of dollars out there looking for a safe place to invest and get it back with a return. But here's the thing, they are not ready. It's like, for those of you that, one of my favorite movies is The Devil Wears Prada. And Meryl Streep in there as playing Miranda. She's like, I think it's Miranda Priestley is the name of the character. She's waiting for something, right? And she's asking, and then she says, why is no one ready? And this is what I'm saying, right? They're sitting there back like, why is no one ready? They're not ready, okay? So even though everybody was like, oh, yeah, I was like, okay, don't get excited. It's not going to happen yet. That's a lot of assets for Disney. A lot of assets for Disney. And I don't know that they'll ever be ready for that. All right, so let's go back. And G says, I watch old TV, but I don't sit still long enough to watch current TV. Don't sit still long enough or doesn't hold your attention. Two different things. Let me know. Cass says, I agree with Wabiri. Did not understand what people were doing before. Filthy. Absolutely filthy. Mark Ward says, okay, who is my favorite Mission Impossible lady? Barbara Bain, Leslie Ann Warren, Linda Day-George, Barbara Bain. At first, I was like, but no, there's something about her subtle movements. Like if somebody asks her a question, she's like, just very subtly. She's the queen of doing that. And by the way, she's still alive. She and Martin Landau, they were married at one point. And she's still alive. And also Peter Lupus is still alive as well. Everybody else has passed. But Martin Landau, Peter Lupus, and Barbara Bain are still alive. Now, I don't know about the other women that were on there, but I know she's still alive. But thank you for that question. All right. And the food plane says this. I watch less TV, watch more YouTube. I can't get enough of nostalgia on Pluto TV. I know, right? That's where I watch Mission Impossible on Pluto. Absolutely. Oh, and look who's joining us on the Twitch side. C Love is here from the 313 from Detroit. Good to see you. So, G has clarified and says, don't sit still long enough and can't hold my attention. I'm typically outside with my camera enjoying nature. That's good. That's good. We need to get out and enjoy nature. We are too beholden to our screens. I'm not going to tell you not to be in front of your screen because I'm a television addict, but nature is so wonderful. Get out and experience nature and experience other people too. That's a good thing. Fantastic. All right. So Byron Allen and some others have thrown their hat into the ring for this, but Disney is quite ready. So inside Disney, there are some complications Byron Allen has noted. The CEO, Bob Iger, even though he made all these public observations last summer that, quote, linear TV may not be the core of their business anymore, of Disney's business anymore. They're not quite yet ready to enter into a formal process, according to Byron Allen. So, former Disney veterans Kevin Mayer and Tom Staggs, who now run Candle Media. And if you don't know, Candle Media, remember, is the one that there was that invested money. Was it $900 billion in Hello Gorgeous? Hello Reese Witherspoon's company, Hello Sunshine. That's it. So in Hello Sunshine, remember, they invested. They did not have a name. I guess it's now Candle Media, and they invested $900 million in her company. I'm like, invest 900. You could invest $9 million in me, 9,000 in me. I'll be happy. So interesting. So no sale yet. Nothing is happening yet. I will keep you updated as that happens so that you know what's what. All right. So let's take some comments. Just in case, we do have some comments. And DS says, speaking of alive, can I believe Joyce Randolph is still alive? Okay, now you have to tell me who Joyce Randolph is. If you tell me what she's been in, I probably will know who she is, but I'm not getting the name right now. Mark Ward says, Nature, what channel is that? PBS. Did any of you used to watch that show, Nature? I did, because I was a PBS junkie. Like I said to you all before, it's not diverse enough for me now. I'm like, you could do better, PBS, but I was a PBS junkie. And Mark Ward said, I will take $9 for anyone that wants to invest in me. I got you. I got you, Mark. I got $9 at least. Wait till I get paid, but I got you for $9. Put me down for $9. And somebody likes the Honeymooners, and that would be DS. DS is into the Honeymooners. Really interesting. I never caught on to the Honeymooners or any of these. I love Lucy, a little bit because it's a classic, but I don't know. I think more so I gravitated toward the shows of the 1950s and beyond, and the Honeymooners was a little bit before that, if I'm not mistaken, late 40s, early 50s. So I'm more of a kind of mid to late 50s, really 60s and 70s is my era, but it is what it is. Okay, Joyce Randolph is from the Honeymooners. The woman who played the wife on the Honeymooners? Wow. Well, good for her. Tell us your secret. Tell us what you're eating. It can't be any of the food from back then because you would have that would have gotten to your stomach long ago. But anyway, wow. Well, congrats to her. Welcome. Wow. All right. So that's what's happening. No sale happening yet. Disney is not ready for all to let go all of that. So even though Iger is saying that it may not and are not or will not are two different things. So I will keep you apprised of what's happening with that. All right, let's take a look now at some streaming. We've got a lot of news in the whole streaming world. And because I have a streamer myself or getting ready to launch, I pay an awful lot of attention to this. So let's take a look at this. All the streamers. Wonderful. Let's take this down. Your wonderful comment. Thank you. The upstairs neighbors. Okay. The honeymooners was in the mid 50s. Thank you. So not late I was thinking late 40s, early 50s. So it was mid 50s. Okay, fantastic. 60s is actually, like I said, and 70s are more my era. Thank you all for that. All right, well, let's take a look at what's happening on the streaming front. Very important. So these streaming giants have banded together for lobbying power. Are we surprised? Netflix, Warner Brothers, Discovery, Disney, and others have formed a new trade group to present a united front against government regulation. Wow. So they formed the Streaming Innovation Alliance, also called the SIA, and this is according to The Verge. So this new trade group is supposed to give companies like Netflix and Disney a solid foundation to deal with current and future regulation by the federal government related to streaming specifically. So, in addition to Netflix and Disney, they list SIA members Paramount Plus, Warner Brothers, Discovery's Max, Peacock, Televisia Univision. Wow, that's a big mouthful. And some small streamers like For Us, By Us Network, Volt, and Afroland TV. Okay, I actually watched them. So other streaming services like Pluto and Hulu are already owned by Paramount and Disney, so they are represented there too. Interesting indeed. So, but that does not mean that more will not become part of this alliance. And it's interesting. It's interesting because they are starting to look at regulation and streaming. So it was only a matter of time. I knew it was only a matter of time before they started to band together. And I saw there's another streaming organization of like independent streamers that just formed. So I knew that the major streamers were going to get together. So Axios, which is another publication, has noted that Apple, Amazon, Roku, and Tubi are not currently part of this group. Doesn't mean they won't be. So this was spearheaded by the Motion Picture Association, in part by the Motion Picture Association CEO Charles Rivkin, and Netflix joined the MPA in 2019. So interesting. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if to see what happens with Netflix and other streamers because of this. All right, well, they're kind of in a weird limbo right now. We'll see what happens with this regulation, but just know that Paramount Plus, HBO, well, Max, Netflix, Hulu, and more are part of this new streaming association called SIA, or the Streaming Innovation Alliance, and they're there to combat strict regulation there. All right, folks. Thank you so much for being here. If you are just joining, let me be the first to welcome you to the fold. This is MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. We are here every Wednesday. You already know, 6 p.m. Eastern time. But today's Thursday. I know. Don't jump on me. Today is Thursday. But I missed you all so much that I wasn't going to leave this week because I couldn't come on. I said I'll just come on today. I'm Dr. Tachi, all things media, tech, and pop culture. Be sure to watch every week. And I do a pre-show also on Instagram Live, which is a lot of fun. So feel free to join us and make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. We are so happy to have you there. And again, IndieSuitMedia.tv is coming. Of course, I'm going to push it. All right. So we have a comment. Yes, very interesting indeed. But it was only a matter of time. I knew that was going to happen. So it's not anything that is foreign or that was not expected to happen. I knew. I knew. Didn't I tell you? Maybe I didn't, but I knew because I saw as soon as the independent streamers were getting together that I knew there was going to be an alliance of streamers coming up. So it is what it is, and I'll let you know. You'll know I'll report on any news that comes up on that. So let's keep going. We've got more to go and not a whole lot of time. So let's talk a little bit about YouTube. You guys know I'm a YouTube stan. I love YouTube. I think I watch YouTube more than I watch like traditional linear TV. And with that, YouTube is going to end their ad-free premium light subscription tier. Okay. Was anybody actually subscribed to this? Raise your hand if you were. You know I wasn't, because you know I'm not paying for anything other than what I have. So they have, in case you didn't know, they have a premium light subscription tier that is ending October 25th. So if you are a user that's paying for this, and if you are, I'm sorry, you're going to be required to subscribe to the platform's premium tier if you want to continue ad-free video watching on the app. So they announced this on Tuesday. So you may have seen this in an email on Tuesday if you have access to this, or if you are a subscriber to Premium Light. And they say this. Wait, I want you to see my face so that you can see how very sad they are. While we understand that this may be disappointing news, we continue to work on different versions of Premium Light as we incorporate feedback, that's it, from our users, creators, and partners. So it's only been in existence since 2021, and it never really reached global availability. So if you were wondering, if you're in another country and you're wondering why I didn't have that, maybe it never reached you. So the first tier actually launched in Europe, and that included Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Luxembourg, and the Netherlands, Norway, and Sweden. And it was £6.99 per, €6.99 per month. And you would have been able to watch YouTube videos across apps without ads. Now, for me, it is not that serious. For some people, I know they hate ads. And it is annoying when you're in the middle of a video and you're at a good place, and now they don't even let you skip sometimes. Sometimes it's like they don't let you skip. I'm like, damn it, do I have to sit here and watch the whole thing? And usually you get 2 videos, right? Or you get 2 ads. Sometimes they play a whole one and they let you skip the second one. Sometimes they let you skip altogether, but more often than not now, we're seeing where they make you sit there and watch both fully out. I don't want to, but do I really want to pay? No. But there's an audience for everything. There are some people that will pay for it. So if you, unfortunately, are one of these people that are subscribed to Premium Light, you're going to have to subscribe to full premium if you want no ads. But again, for me, it is not that serious. Tell me, is it that serious for you? Are you willing to pay on YouTube so you don't get ads? Now, remember, the overwhelming thought process with YouTube is free, right? So why would I pay for anything? Why would I pay? That's my thought process. So I'm not paying for it. But some people are really that bothered by ads. What say you? Put it in the chat. Kerwin, thank you for the hashtag Indie Soup Media, and me too. I'm guessing you're talking about the TV thing, D. Let me know. And G says my husband has moved to watching YouTube and other shows daily. Look, I'm on YouTube all day long. And C Love says, oh well, look, I'm not the one. But let me know. Are you subscribed to YouTube Premium? My podcast partner Kevin so hates the ads that he is subscribed to YouTube Premium. I was like, Kevin, really? Really? Is it that serious? For him, it is that serious that he is subscribed to YouTube Premium. But tell me if it's that serious for you and you are subscribed. So Cass says, I don't mind ads at all. Okay. And D says, nope, I got to feed 8. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to feed myself, not even 8. I have to feed myself. So I'm not spending extra money on something that it is okay for me to take a couple of seconds, even a minute, to sit there and watch it. Guess what? I'm okay with it as long as the creators are getting some money from that. I know they're not getting a whole lot, but the creators, as long as they're getting some of this ad money, I'm okay with it. Because I'm not going to pay for YouTube, but I'm okay with paying with my eyes and my time so that you can get paid. I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. All right, so let's do this. Let's keep going. We're on a good roll here. We are on a good roll because we're almost through everything, which is great because I know that I have to get off and I have basically 1 hour to get this to the radio station. But everybody, cross your fingers, say a prayer. We're going to do it. We are going to do it. All right. So let's talk a little bit off of YouTube onto Spotify. We're still talking about media. Spotify is going to clone broadcasters' voices. Let's put them up a little bit here. So they're going to clone podcasters' voices and translate them to other languages. They have a partnership with OpenAI, and this is going to let podcasters replicate their voices to automatically create a foreign language version of their shows, which is actually kind of cool, but okay, AI. So that the premise behind this is that you would be able to, it's like you're actually flipping a switch and speaking in another language instantly. So again, they partnered with a handful of podcasters to translate the English language episodes into Spanish with the new tool. And it has plans to roll out French, German, and German translations in the coming weeks. So an initial batch of episodes will come from big names like Dax Shepard, Monica Padman, Lex Fridman, Bill Simmons, and Stephen Bartlett. Great. Okay, I don't know these people. Maybe you all do. Let me know if you do and you listen to their podcast. So Spotify plans to expand the group to include the rewatchables from The Ringer and its upcoming show from Trevor Noah. Okay, now I know Trevor Noah, right? All right. So I think that is interesting. Let me know what you all think about that. I think this is something that is interesting. But again, and I'm sure there's an opt-in, but again, I'm always worried about what they would do with, maybe it's an unfounded fear, but it just feels like it's a great thing, but I always look at the other end of it too. So let's take a look and see. So thank you for the crossing fingers. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right. So that's what's happening. They have partnered with OpenAI so that they can translate them into Spanish. Now, so what I'm wondering is if this is going to be something that will be open to podcasts on Spotify across the board, where you would be able to translate yours or use this tool to translate yours into Spanish, which could be good if you have a large percentage of people from Spanish-speaking countries that would gravitate toward your podcast. So I think that's actually kind of cool. But again, with cool comes some downsides to this, definitely. So it goes beyond speech to text translation. They said that it will feature it will translate the podcast into different languages and reproduce it in a synthesized version of the podcaster's own voice. So it's not just the speech to voice translation, it's your voice they're using. And this is what they say. By matching the creator's own voice translation gives listeners around the world the power to discover and be inspired by new podcasters in a more authentic way than ever before. Authentically fake. Okay, I'm kidding. So that's what's happening over on Spotify's end. And we've got one more story over on the this side for media. And that has to deal with the top creators. And I really wanted to talk about this because I am so interested in what you all think about this. Let's take a look at the top creators. Well, one of them, Kabi. You probably know, if you are a TikTok watcher, you probably know Kabi. He is like the highest viewed, I don't know if he still is, but he had the highest viewed account on TikTok at one point. He lives in Italy, and his videos are very simple if you have not seen. His name is spelled Khaby, Kabi. So take a look at him. It's very interesting, and he got to be, this is during the pandemic. He actually blew up, and he's a big time TikToker and creator right now. So the top creators, Forbes released their list for the top 50 creators of 2023. He is on the list. Number one on the list is Jimmy Donaldson, who is Mr. Beast. First of all, he's killing it. Mr. Beast is killing it. He's not just a beast when it comes to YouTube. He's got a Mr. Beast like hamburger restaurant. He's doing all sorts of things. So this is it, folks. When you are a creator, you cannot just be a creator. You have got to have things across the board that are going on, multiple streams of income, because if this stream of income goes away, YouTube goes away, you've got your other enterprises. So all the people on this list are really very smart when it comes to that. So let's see who else is on this list. We have Olajide Olatunji, who's also known as KSI, and in fact, he does reactions to FIFA video games, and FIFA is the football federation. So on YouTube, he started doing that in 2009, and now he's attracted million. And if you don't know him, you'll know. Remember, there was a fight, a boxing match between two YouTubers, Logan Paul and him. So he's number 2. And Jake Paul, not Logan, Jake Paul. Jake Paul is number 3. But let me go back. Jimmy Donaldson, let me tell you what his earnings are and why he's on the Forbes list, Mr. Beast. His earnings are 82 million. What have I done to upset the YouTube gods that is not me? YouTube gods, I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, if I have offended you by just using you as a repository for my videos, like cloud storage, and really not taking you seriously in the early days, I apologize. And I've been on YouTube since the beginning, actually. But I was just storing stuff there. I apologize. 82 million. He's got 312 million subscribers on YouTube. The next one is Olajide Olatunji, 24 million. But do you see how much of a jump there is between the 82 and the 24 million? Sheesh. Jake Paul is 34 million. I have to rethink my life. After this, I think I'm going to rethink. And for those of you that know Charlie D'Amelio, they have a show on Hulu, and her earnings are 23 million. The show is called The D'Amelios. It's like her and her sister and her mom and dad, and it's a reality television show. I'm not mad at them. So they've spun their YouTube fame into something else. All right, let's take some comments. And Kerwin, with regard to the translation, says, translate voice I can deal with, but clone I cannot deal with. Yeah, that's the thing. Because for a podcast to work, part of it is it's about the personality. It's the topic, but it's the personality. So I'm guessing it may not work as well how would they know if it's Spanish language? But if they're listening to you and they get the cadence of your voice, maybe that's something that they look for in the podcast, whereas translating it into a different voice would not be attractive. So I think it's cool. I think it's a neat thing, but I also see the propensity for misuse in this one. G says, facts, it's best to have multiple streams of income. Look, I'm saying, once again, I apologize, YouTube, for any insults that I may, that I may have caused you. I apologize. And G says but that's real work being a creator. Some folks start and fall off, but this is real work. Believe me, I know. I've been in the content creation game now since 2012, but more solidly for 8 years now. So, but I've been doing, so it's work. And some of the things these creators do, like the characters and stuff, I'm like, I don't know how you do it. So you do deserve all the millions, but yeah, I'm in the wrong field, clearly. Clearly, I'm in the wrong field. Anyway. All right, so that's what's happening. The top creator comes out, and list has come out by Forbes, and the top creator is making 82 million. 82 million. That's what they made this past year, I believe. 82 million. The thing that I did not particularly care for, and yeah, Kerwin, consistency is the name of the game. That's the thing. If you're consistent, you're posting, you're making content, you're engaging, that is the way to do it, definitely. Here's the thing. They've done better with diversity. The thing that was a problem last year with this list is that critics were saying it was not diverse enough. They did better this year. But I did notice, and why this is important is because representation matters if you want to have an example of other people like you that do this. One Black woman is on this list. One. So if I'm looking to that list as something to aspire to, and not that you can't be inspired by anybody, you surely can. But there's something special about being inspired by somebody that looks like you, saying that it's possible, especially when these opportunities are not always open to you. So one, and what she grossed was $1 million compared to the 82 million at the top. That's a problem. That is a problem. And that's often because creators of color, creators that are differently able, etc., don't get the same shine, don't get their work pushed out as much as others. It's problematic, and it is a problem. And we will continue to talk about it until you solve this problem. Or, you do like me. I'm not begging you for a chance. I'm going to do it on my own. Anyway. So, and C Love says, all of them need to let me hold $1 million. Listen. Mr. Beast can let me hold 2 million and he's still good. And the thing is, it's not just to make that money once, it's you're continuously making money. So you have that, but you're bringing it in. It doesn't stop. Sheesh. So he'd be all right if he just spent 1 million a year. Most people can't even do that. Sheesh. Anyway, folks, we have a couple of more stories to go, and because we have 4 minutes left to the show, I want to give a full hour to you guys. 4 minutes left to the show. Let me, you know what? We got some tech stuff going on, so why don't I just, get to the tech segment? Let's do that. If I can find it. Let's go. Happy birthday, Google. In case you didn't know, guys, yesterday was the 25th anniversary of Google. Doesn't it seem longer? But yeah, Google is 25 years old. On September 27th was their birthday. And so happy birthday to you, Google. And there's an interesting, if you're interested in the story of Google a little bit, there is this is moneycontrol.com. Look up Google's 25th birthday, and it will give you some information about Google, how they started, and all of that. So anyway, happy birthday, Google. We use you for everything now. All right. So let's talk about Threads a little bit. Who's still using Threads? Raise your hand. Okay, don't throw shade. I see you all saying nothing. Raise your hand if you're still using Threads. Yeah, we know this was the most talked about app and the fastest growing app for a while. And now, crickets. By the way, I forgot to say hello to Gospel 107.1 FM in Nassau, Bahamas, and the Caribbean, because I was so focused on getting this out so that you guys could get it. But I have to say hello. Blessings to you all. All right. Yeah, so I see some comments coming in. I'm going to get to them. Tell the truth. Who's still using Threads? Or has that become an afterthought? Has the thread unraveled? The thread in that cheap sweater that you bought? Has it unraveled? Well, let's talk Threads. Meta says that separate account deletion for Threads will roll out by December. Now, if you all remember, you could not delete your Threads account. Okay, you got unenamored with it and you're like, I'm done, I'm deleting it. If you deleted that, you also deleted your Instagram account because the two were connected. Well, they said that they are rolling out by December a way for you to deactivate your Threads account without deleting the Instagram account, which is cool. So they said this last week at TechCrunch Disrupt. And because it's tied to Instagram, they were saying he mentioned that it's technically challenging to it was technically challenging to separate the two accounts at launch. So they ended up rolling out the tools like the ability to deactivate the account or setting it to private rather than just deleting it completely, because that would delete your account. So they said this: technically, it was extremely challenging to allow deletion of separate threads account with also deleting your overall Instagram account out of the gate. So we paid particular attention to ensuring the user could still exercise their deletion rights. Oh, wow. What a country we live in. We have deletion rights. By deactivating the account to sort of hide all content, setting it to private, or deleting individual threads. All right, so the point is by December, they're going to roll this out. So now you don't have to sit stuck with an account if you don't want to. If you ask me, they didn't want to do that because they don't want people to leave threads. So if I make it connected to this account, then you can't delete it. You're not slick, Meta. Meta, why? You're not slick. Let's take some comments. Oh, boy. Let's see. So here we go. Oh, I'm missing a few of these things. Let's see. Cass says 100% Mr. Beast goes across age ranges, youth to adult. I'm sure. Yes, you are absolutely correct with this. See, Love says, how is Google younger than me? Right? Google is younger than everyone, but it seems like it's an older institution. Yeah, so happy birthday, Google. Absolutely. So GR says, I love threads, but I'm a soapbox person. Is anybody else using soapbox? Let me know. G says, I have 2 threads accounts and I do not share the same content of both accounts. You see, that's entirely too much. Threads was also already one more thing I had to do. Now separate. I have several threads accounts because I have several Instagram accounts. You know where this is going. So the hype is going away like Clubhouse. Oh, a moment of silence for Clubhouse, but Clubhouse was the cause of their own demise. Has it demisen yet? It's not a word, but I'm making it one. Has it demisen yet? No, it has not demisened yet. But they are quickly going to demisen because they made a horrible change that people hated and everybody tried to jump ship. I don't know. Clubhouse, I don't know. And look who's here. The Queen of Food Truckery and Minister of Libation just got off work and she said hello to everyone. Rabiri says that's better because I'm not doing threads until I can separate them. Good move. Deletion rights. I'm like, what a country we live in. What a time to be alive. But we have deletion rights for Instagram and threads. And why, Meta? Why? Exactly. Dr. Vibe is here. And oh my, Meta. Absolutely. Dr. Vibe, who does epic conversations. Make sure you check him out almost every day of the week at the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook. Well, he's on Facebook, but also on YouTube. That's the best way to reach him. He does great conversations. He's also a creator on Indie Soup. So check him out. And she said the emojis are strange on her laptop. So, but happy Taco Thursday. Happy Taco Thursday. Today is Taco Thursday. Since we weren't here yesterday, let's get some tacos today. Go on by the food truck with our janky taco emojis today and go ahead and get something. They're equally as delicious. And Wabiri is saying hello to Divine, right? And Meta is doing the most. They're always doing the most. All right, folks, we're going to end with one last thing, which is going to be, you know what? Let's make this this is media, it is tech, but it is also pop culture. So let's make it a pop culture moment. All right, so Disney, what a coincidence, Disney. We were just talking about, look at this. We were just talking about you, Disney. So Disney is going to get ready to invest $60 billion with a B in the expansion of their theme parks, their cruises, and their resorts. And here's the thing, okay? People are cutting cable. We know this. People are cutting the cord. So people are really pivoting towards other types of cash cows. So as they say, the house of the mouse is going to get a lot bigger, literally. this is over the next decade they're doing this, and they're nearly doubling their investment in the division that serves as its primary profit source. And this is according to the Wall Street Journal. So details are scarce on this, but Disney emphasized a focus on high return projects, including potential additions to its U.S. and international parks and cruises. And among the possibilities mentioned were the introduction of Frozen at Disneyland Resort and the creation of a Black Panther Wakanda experience. Who's down for that? I might have to look. I have never had an interest in going to any Disneyland theme park because they're ridiculously expensive, even for me as a Florida resident. But if it's going to be cool like that, I might have to make an exception just to go for that. We'll see. We'll see. Or maybe Disney, you want to sponsor MediaScope to go and experience and report on it because you know I will do a good job. Let me know. Get back to me, Disney. I'm going to tag you in this because I want to be there. All right. All right. So let's keep going with this story. Where are you? Here we are. All right. So we don't have details, but as they come up, I will let you know. But one thing we know, possibly Frozen. That's a big one for Disney. Kids love Frozen. And Black Panther. People love Black Panther. So you've got something more for the kids, and you've got something for that adults can enjoy as well. So here's the thing. Disney actually has more than 1,000 acres of undeveloped land for park expansion and to accommodate millions of visitors that frequent the global theme parks annually. The company also intends to introduce more cruise ships and introduce a home port in Singapore. Well, blow me down. Huh. But not everybody is happy about this. Okay, doesn't this sound a little bit Manifest Destiny-ish? It does. So despite the fact that there would be a significant investment in the theme parks, Disney's shares dropped by 3% in trading because of concerns about near-term cash flow issues, probably. Anyway, but that's the thing, and this is interesting. Tell me what you think about that. Should Disney expand? Do you care if they expand? As we know, the television game, they were putting significant resources into this whole thing. You know, Disney owns a lot in the media game. But when we look at some of these returns and that type of thing, they're like, okay, we got to get our cash from someplace else. Frozen ride it is. Wakanda forever it is. So they're looking at expanding in other places. And frankly, I think that's actually a smart move, smart mood and a smart move. So we'll see. Let's take some comments and then we are going to hit it. So Kerwin said this, and you're absolutely right. Mr. Beast gives away his earnings to charity and then writes it off at the end of the year. You're right. And that's the smartest thing to do. And D says, my family is all going in November. I can't make up my mind. Well, this will be over the next 10 years, so I can't promise that any of this new stuff will be there in November. It won't be. But, yeah, let me know if you go. And, yes, Black Panther. And Divides the Right says, I'm down. See, Love said they had me at Black Panther. See, this is smart. This is so smart. These are really smart moves to look at the properties you have that are profitable, that do well. Can you imagine a Black Panther experience at an entire? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And G says, I'm down to visit a Black Panther themed area. All right. And D says, I will as well. Folks, this has been real and fun. And look, we got through things in a reasonable amount of time. Yay, me. Pat on the back to me and clap for yourselves, all of you, for being here today. It is because of you that I do this. I am so excited to be with you every week. I will be back on Wednesday next week. But you know what, guys? Let me know what you think. I love Wednesday. Wednesday has been the past 8 years. But I don't know why I'm feeling Thursdays. Let me know what you think. Do Wednesdays or Thursdays move you more for MediaScope? Let me know what you think. You can drop it in the comments here, definitely. You could also inbox me on Instagram at Dr._Tachi. Let me know what you think. That would make it hard as heck, though, for me to get stuff to Gospel 107. So maybe I say never mind for now, but I don't know. I am feeling the Thursday thing. Maybe I just have to be tighter and more on time to get it to them. Yeah, and already that's an impossibility. But anyway, you guys, I love you so much. And Divine Right says, I'm feeling Thursdays too. Cass says, so informative. Appreciate this platform because I filter out the BS. Who has time for it? Right? And Divine says they have a Black Panther exhibit at the National Museum of African American History and Culture. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't been there yet, but the next time I'm in DC, I'm going to have to do it. Let's see. Always a really good show. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. So I don't know. Get back to me. Let me know what you think about Thursdays. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe it's time for to switch it up a little bit. I'm feeling Thursdays, but we'll see. Wednesdays might be the day to keep, but it's midweek. I don't know why I'm feeling Thursdays, but let me know what you think. All right, guys, we are done. Stick us with a fork. We're done. Yay. Love you for watching. Bid you adieu. You guys, myself, Black Panther, Disney, name any of the news that we talked about today. I think it's time for us to exit stage left. I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.
Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We can show you on your way. The content that never strays from positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. With the presence in your eyes, what a distraction. Beautiful to soul, and especially in action. This year, not fashion. Came in abundance. Films like in Sundance. Text like the pop on Tachi Queen. You are Curtis, a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs they all vary. Some do, they motivate, work for the hate. We serve a hope on a plate across different platforms. This hero who fake, hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on a day, we always here for you. Don't when you're emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, don't make them yours. What we run is the limit, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Media is when you're emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, don't make them yours. What we run is the limit, not your hands on the torch.